Hey, Founders Pod listeners, welcome.
Intro music provided by Irish Drive.
Irish Drive.
It's a good song. It's growing on me.
I don't think you should go. I think you should stay for this one. I think you'll really like it. This is the Founders Pod. This is the mini pod edition of the Founders Pod. My name is Brandon Meinert. I'm here with my two co-hosts, Jordan Hansen and Matthew Lamb.
Hello.
Hi, gentlemen. Happy to have you with us today. As always, or like usual, broadcasting from the United Commercial Insurance Studios. United Commercial Insurance, business insurance. Give us a call if your business, whatever those needs are, whatever type of liability problems you got. Okay? Workers' comp, cyber insurance is a big one recently. Okay? Obviously, obvious reasons. Give us a call. Love to help you out. 208-229-8222. 208-229-8222, UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. Give us a call. Check us out. Love to talk to you. In fact, if you give us a call and you buy a policy, free cereal box to you. But you got to reference this episode of the Founders
or the Founders Pod in general.
Or the Founders Pod in general.
If you don't remember.
Definitely okay with that.
Because you listen to so many of the episodes, you don't remember which one it is.
Definitely okay with that. Give us a call. We'll send it out to you.
Cereal's not cheap, by the way.
No, I mean, I'm not going to go the bag brand. I'll send it to you.
The boxed name brand.
Name brand.
What if they request the? Oh yeah, you get to choose.
Yeah, I got to choose. It's from my Mount Rushmore, which did include 5. Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles, which was the first term, second term president issue.
One out.
Yeah.
Talking about expensive grocery items, I bought a box of Cheez-Its. It's the family size, so a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm. Extra toasty?
Extra toasty,
love
of course.
Those. Absolutely love those.
This was at Albertsons, so prices are generally a little higher. $8.
Whoa.
Box of Cheez-Its.
For a large box.
Show me about how big.
That is relatively large.
And they're wide. It's a wide,
big hands.
It's a wide cereal.
Dude, you want to know about inflation? Huh? You want to talk inflation? Yesterday, went to lunch, got a chicken sandwich and fries.
$18. No, just kidding.
$18 was the
$18?
Exact price. Yeah, and
ding,
the
ding,
dip.
Ding, price is right.
The dip for my fries, 50 cents.
Well, they charge their for
Give me a break.
Chick-fil-A does this?
No, this was this is Wild Child.
Yes.
Oh wait, it wasn't it was table service then.
Well, they didn't have a server. No, it was like Chipotle where you go up and you order it and then they hand it to you.
$18.
$18
I would argue the
for
dip
a
is
lunch.
not worth it. I don't think they have good sauces.
Well, I can't go dry. I can't.
You can't, but
I mean,
they have ketchup free, by the way.
Do they?
By the drinks.
All right. Well,
FYI.
I didn't think about that.
For future reference.
Anyway, I went with a flavored version and 50 cents. And so, kind of expensive, $18. That's like, dude, that's like a nice dinner.
Yeah. Well, it was a nice dinner. That's Cheesecake Factory, honestly. The prices there now.
The prices are higher.
Yeah,
are they?
Yeah, they're
over $20
everything
for
is
an
over
entry?
20. Yeah,
mostly, yeah.
Mostly, yeah.
Like a salad maybe is 17.
Yeah, but like your pasta, chicken dish,
I mean,
whatever.
it pushes you to make stuff at home, right?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
You have to buy
No, it pushes you to deliver it on Uber Eats.
No, you don't have to pay the tip that way.
Yeah, it's getting so expensive I can't afford Uber Eats. So I have to drive to the restaurant.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
Dude, although one of my favorite restaurants, looking for a sponsor here, Flatbread Pizza,
Yeah,
they charge 5% extra for a call-in order.
You can call in? Well, you can't call in. Flatbread, I get like almost like a couple times a month.
No, you don't call. You order it. No, you order it online, and it's like they don't deliver.
Right.
So, but you use like a DoorDash service to order it online, and then you pick it up, and then it's 5% extra.
Wait, so if you make the order online for pickup,
for pickup.
So even if it's you picking it up,
even if it's me picking it up.
So if I walk in right now, I always walk in and order at the door because you can't call. They say, hey, you have to order online, and
check to see. I bet you they're charging 5%.
Just for taking
just for taking.
So they're like, hey, you're not going to tip us, so we're going to charge you 5%.
It's not like the website convenience fee that you're paying.
No, It's interesting.
I don't like that.
You should see it.
I don't like that.
I don't like that call.
That one bit.
It's not,
not
very good.
a very good
sometime we should discuss tipping.
Yeah.
And
tipping culture. Yeah.
Yes, honestly, I saw an article about it recently. Anyway, put that on our list of things to discuss at some point because I want to talk.
Have you been to the place in Star, Brandon?
What
The
place?
pizza place I told you about.
Is that Johnny Bronx? No, it's not Johnny Bronx. The Chris. What is it? I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
It's right next to Ridley's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Crave. No,
What?
it's not Crave.
No, I chatted you,
Oh, okay.
and you're like, I got to get out there.
No, I want to get out there. I do. I love pizza
It's
places.
not that far from your house.
I haven't. No. Do
yeah.
I need to go?
Yeah, I
on
think
this
it's
side,
good.
sorry.
I think put it on the list.
Yeah.
Sponsor.
You just took our.
I don't even know your name, but sponsor us.
Hey, well, we'll give the name once they
Yeah,
sponsor.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
Fill
free
in
publicity,
your name
please.
here.
Yeah,
Matt, you have a segment.
I do. But first, Jordan,
Oh.
tell them about YouTube.
Oh, yeah, we're on YouTube. There you go. I told them. YouTube.com/@thefounderspod. That's our handle. Leave a comment. I think I'd rather, if I had to choose between a comment, a like, and a subscribe, I think I'd take a subscribe. But I know you guys want to comment probably.
We don't get much from subscribers. Like having a subscriber on our channel doesn't get us much.
It does. The bigger your subscription base is, the bigger your views
okay.
go up,
Well,
right? Because then you get...
We take it.
Relatively, yeah.
You can't read a subscription like a subscriber.
Well,
Can't
sometimes
interact
it gives
with
you a
us.
notifies to say, hey, this person subscribed. So maybe we could read the, hey, this person. Okay, it's pretty lame. Right, comments are better.
Wow.
it's a short list.
Our life is pretty lame if that's what we're going for.
This guy,
So and so subscribed.
no, and it probably would be like, it's their channel name rather. But,
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
We're
Call
not.
of Duty 420 killer.
Yeah.
Subscribe
to your channel.
with 2 subscribers.
Anyway, okay. Today's segment. We've done this before, but this is a top 5 list for you two gentlemen. Okay. Obviously I can see the list, so I don't think it's that hard, but I think you guys are going to do well on it.
We have to
like,
guess.
name it. We're
We have
guessing
to-
what it is.
We have to
Yeah,
guess.
so you're guessing.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And it doesn't have to be in order.
Oh.
And I think
Bonus points, though?
top 5 might be too easy, but here we go. Because this is right up your alley.
What was our other one?
guys are
You
good.
did it. I can't
Top
remember.
5 YouTube videos.
Oh, yeah. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I did that.
That
You
was
did
hard
that.
for us.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we sucked.
we
No,
did.
you guys didn't get any of them.
We did horrible.
Yeah, it's
horrible.
not even close. Yeah.
That
You had
was
Baby Shark, I
so
think,
bad.
somewhere. Anyway,
No,
continue.
we didn't get Baby Shark. You kept saying like,
You should know this.
Charlie bit me.
Yeah, you guys should have known it. Your attempts were disgusting. It was so bad.
Okay, we're not YouTube hip, I guess.
I guess not.
Okay, here we go. Top 5 highest grossing movies of the 90s.
Oh, I was gonna say of all time, the 90s.
90s.
Okay, let's throw out Titanic,
Yeah, was that 90?
Number
that was
one.
that.
number 1.
Okay. Titanic.
That was 97.
Toy Story,
Hold up.
Jurassic Park. Oh,
Hold up.
can
let's
I
think
just
here.
say them?
Well, I don't know, because it's like you got to choose a final answer here.
Oh, do we only get 5 answers?
I don't think Toy Story.
We get
Toy Story 1 was
in the 90s for sure.
early 90s.
We get more than 5 selections.
The source for this list is Wikipedia, by the way.
Okay,
we're
was Jurassic Park on there?
Jurassic Park's number 3.
really
Okay,
good
I'm just
job.
nailing them like crazy.
Yes,
Okay,
you
I'm
are.
gonna throw it out there as well. Lion King.
Number 5.
Okay, I mean it's just too easy here. It's just too.
Terry,
So I
I
have
mean-
1, 3, and 5.
1, 3, and 5.
Well, what other? We didn't have Aladdin. Was that before or after? Aladdin was before.
Aladdin was in the 90s.
Let's go Toy Story.
Yeah. With Toy Story,
Toy Story 2 is number 15.
but
Toy Story
Toy Story-
is 29.
oh way down there.
Really?
Movies of the 90s.
You don't think Aladdin? Then if Lion King's in there, Aladdin was better than that.
Aladdin is 13.
Okay. Lion King was number 3.
Looking back to
5?
the. Okay, can we do an Adam Sandler one? Isn't in there?
No,
No,
way.
in the top
Not
5.
even the top
All
5.
right. I
Okay,
just
but
tried to-
Titanic for sure. That's obvious. That was like highest grossing forever. Now Avatar came out in the 2000s.
Right. What are the other 9? I mean, was there a Star Wars in there?
No Star Wars. Star Wars finished up, and there's nothing.
The Star Wars the 80s, and then
Yeah, no, was it 90s? I think they were early. Like you're saying, like Queen Amidala.
the
one.
first 3.
Let's try Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace is number 2.
Nailed it.
Good job.
And then what about? And then is it a Star Wars series? Is that number 4?
We have number 1, we have number 2, number 3, and
missing
number
number
5.
4.
We're looking number 4. We're looking for number 4. And trying to think, is it early 90s or
Ooh,
late 90s?
Lord of the
Can I-
Rings.
Not Lord of the Rings.
How far down?
Was that in the 90s?
Yeah, because there's. Oh no, it was like 2002.
Yeah,
it
Lord
was
of
right
the
before I
Rings
went on
not
my mission.
here.
Because I only saw the first one. The other
Oh,
ones.
that's
Because I
right.
finished them.
That's
You
right.
showed them all to me when I got home.
Yeah, that's right.
Is this how obvious?
When you know it, it'll be obvious.
Okay.
Can we ask, like, can we narrow the category? Is it
Yeah,
like
give us the
action?
category. Is it action, comedy?
Is it
Action.
Okay, is it
Yeah.
the
It's action.
is it that Christmas movie with
No.
Bruce Willis?
What was that? Die Hard?
Die Hard.
No,
That was before. That was
Speed?
the 80s, wasn't it?
Speed?
not Speed.
Where's Die Hard? When did Die Hard release?
Is it a football movie?
Not a football movie.
Is it action? Football movie's not action.
Action, sci-fi.
Independence Day.
There you go.
Oh,
I got one.
Nice job.
Jordan got it.
Well, my birthday.
Top
How'd we
five.
miss that? How'd we miss Independence
Well, there's a lot of movies.
Day? Yeah.
Hard to remember. Like it's more like if you see a list and you're like organize these, we could probably be like, okay, easy. These are going to be up there. Forget what movies there are.
Ready? I'll round out the top 10.
Okay.
Number 6, Forrest Gump.
Oh, how did not get that? Not get top 5. That's a great
Number
movie.
7, Sixth Sense.
I was going to say Sixth Sense as well.
Number 8, Lost World, Jurassic Park. Number 9, Men in Black.
Okay. That's
Number
fine.
10, Armageddon.
Whoa. Armageddon's not in the top 5.
Yeah, it's 10.
You think? Wait.
How is Armageddon?
You
not in
think
the top five?
Armageddon would be better than those 5
Independence
listed?
Day?
Absolutely.
Independence Day?
Absolutely.
No, maybe the movie's better, but the fanfare. I think
How
the
was
hype.
Armageddon not?
A lot of box office. Don't you think a lot of box office is?
Armageddon was highly.
It was big.
I mean, first of all, it's number 10.
I would say if I was to go back and watch a movie right now, I would pick Independence Day 100%.
Okay.
It's a fun movie to watch.
I would say in those top 5, I would rearrange those 100%. Okay. But first of all, Jurassic.
Adjust those
You'd
numbers.
re-spend the money.
But look, Forrest Gump has to be in top 5.
Oh
It's
my
a good
gosh,
one.
I
Has to be
agree
in
with
top
that.
5.
Forrest Gump was a
I
quality
saw it
movie.
in the theater.
Yeah, that movie. I watched it again recently. The last 5 years. So
Fascinating.
good, so good. I want to show it to my kids immediately. Unfortunately, I don't know when you guys think that's appropriate for kids, but it's so
Haven't
good.
seen it in a
It's
while.
such a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be top 5. I'm surprised it didn't make top. I mean, Independence Day and Forrest Gump, vastly different movies as far as quality
Oh
is
my
concerned.
gosh,
But I
yes.
still think Independence Day is okay for top 10.
How do you feel about Titanic as number 1?
Yeah, that's going to be.
But Independence
But
Day
do you
is
feel like
probably
it
that
deserves it?
summer blockbuster, right? Like that's the film of the summer. So
Sure.
everyone's going.
That's probably-
that's something we don't think
You're
about,
right.
right? Is when it released. What else is released?
You're
It'd be
right. Plus,
interesting to look-
they had Disney behind the other two. Like Disney was promoting
Yeah.
Toy Story and Lion King and all that stuff.
Toy Story didn't make
Toy Story
top
wasn't
5.
there.
They what?
Toy Story didn't make top
It
5.
wasn't
Oh,
the top
which
five.
I think
what
Toy
was the
Story
other
is.
ones. What was it? Was there not
Lion King.
another
Lion
Disney?
King.
Number 2 was
I mean, you have Star Wars, but that wasn't.
Oh.
Star Wars wins 100% just because it has this huge franchise value. And you notice that number 2 and 3
Bunch of sycophants.
not on top 5, not on top 10 because people watch the first one and they're like, this is
Yeah.
kind of garbage.
No,
Oh,
sycophants.
but you should
is all they
watch
are.
them all. They're so good.
Who says that?
Every Star Wars fan.
I like Star Wars.
A specific.
I
Star
don't
Wars
like those
fan
Star
we're gonna-
Wars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyway, 90s. I thought you were gonna say all time, and I was like, boom, 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 boom.
You know
boom.
all
Knew 'em.
time?
Oh yeah, easy.
Well, okay. So we
Top
have
5 all time. Easy.
Avatar right now.
Avatar both.
Both
Avatar
is
1
that
and 2.
1 and
Endgame.
2? Because it's Avatar.
I think 1 and 3. I
Or
think
Infinity War. Is it or Endgame? Which one is it?
Endgame is number 2.
Endgame.
Endgame's number
so
2.
Avatar, the new one, is number 1. And then Endgame, and then Avatar number 3, and then Titanic is number 4. Which is really impressive. That's been a long time, Titanic.
You know what's interesting? What's interesting is Zoe Saldana is like the one
She's
person.
in 2 of them.
This
3 of
is
them.
in 3.
She's in 3 of them.
She's in 3 of the like $1 billion. So Avatar 1, Endgame 2, Avatar 3, Titanic 4.
Wait, Avatar 3. There's not. Oh,
Avatar 2 is number 3.
Okay.
Avatar 2, Way
Avatar
of Water,
number 1 has more than Avatar number 2.
2.9 billion lifetime gross.
Okay. And 4 is Titanic, and 5 is
Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. And then
Episode 7's top 5 all time.
6, 7, yeah.
Where does Ad Astra fall on that list?
Stop it. Okay, Infinity War 6, Spider-Man No Way Home 7, Jurassic World 8. The Lion King is making it
Yeah.
strong
It's big.
at number 9, and The Avengers is number 10.
That's
You know
the
what you don't
original
see on
Avengers.
here? You know what you don't see on here? DC movies.
Aw.
Actually, Batman.
I'm so sad.
Batman.
I don't know. But the thing is, yeah, Batman's a DC character, but Batman
Which you
Begins.
hate, by the way.
Well, I love
Dark
Batman
Knight,
Begins.
you don't
Dark
like.
Knight. But it never. Those aren't DC. It doesn't have DC anywhere in there.
No.
But I guess it's still DC.
The Dark Knight Rises is 34. Number 33, Transformers: Age of Extinction. Come on.
Come on.
It's in
Age of
it's
Extinction. That
embarrassing.
means it's one of like the The Mini.
Yeah, exactly. It's embarrassing. DC legitimately has really done a poor job of trying to keep up with Marvel.
Yeah.
And now's their time because Marvel's going downhill. We digress.
We digress.
I'm going to talk to you guys about something. I think there's going to be a lot of disagreement in this mini pod episode.
Oh, disagreement?
I do. I agree. I believe that.
I thought we'd be on the same page with some of this. Okay.
Maybe. I hope one of you has a strong opinion against this because I wouldn't mind debating you on it.
That's right. So we got to explain to Matt what the fair tax
Okay,
is.
so I'm gonna describe it. So what I want to talk about is the tax code, revamping the tax code 100% and replacing it with a proposed on the Senate, a proposed form of taxation referred to commonly as fairtax.org. Okay?
Is this the biggest one? Because I feel like this kind of thing has been around for a long time. I don't know if fair tax is maybe it is the biggest one. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Maybe,
The
but
point's
it
the
has
same.
been proposed. It's been proposed. It's on the Senate floor. Probably won't pass.
I've heard you talk about this before.
I'm going to
not
explain
pass.
it to you because you're going to ask the question, what is fair tax? What is the concept behind it?
Sounds fair.
Brandon, what is the concept behind?
That's a great question. I'm going to tell it to you right now.
Go.
Here's the deal. Take the tax as you know it. All of it. Income tax, payroll tax, capital gain tax, all that crap. Excise taxes, death taxes, whatever. Get it out. Get it out.
Kind of have to say
Get it out.
But the thing is,
No, I'm going to keep going. Get it out.
but sales tax is a state level thing.
Okay.
And you're talking federal.
Stop. Get it all out.
You can't. You can't
No,
take out
get
this-
it all out.
Those are
all of
50
that
different-
garbage.
50 different Senate floors.
What are you
Because the
talking-
federal can't change the state tax.
Stop. I'm explaining this.
Okay.
Okay. Get out.
I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm along for the ride,
Replace this, okay, with one single tax, which is, drum roll. Nope. Don't have a drum roll.
If you were excited.
Sales tax, 23% sales tax. 23% sales tax on everything.
Because Michael Jordan's number, or
Yeah, that's what it was.
They just chose
pegged
it.
it
That
on
was
Michael
the percent,
Jordan.
23%.
That was the percentage of
Holy
sales
crap.
tax. Yeah. And so they said with 23% sales tax, you can cover all of the nation's expenses, state and federal, right? You can cover all of the nation's expenses and you don't have to worry about filing taxes ever again. There's no more April 15th date. There's no more extensions. There's just
Bunch of
pay as you go.
CPAs crying.
Bunch of CPAs crying.
That
Bunch
lobbying
of IRS.
alone will be enough to stop.
Oh, it would never happen. It
This is not going to happen. But yes,
Side note, never happening. But would you be in favor or would you be against it?
23% sounds wrong. That number. I don't know.
Wrong,
They-
like
it's-
that's not what it is?
No, I think you are correct. I think because what happens is there are so many deductions and loopholes in the tax that the amount of people paying 30% or whatever the normal rate is really small because everyone has, like any wealthy person, they're using a lot of tax. We just had Kirk on there.
Kirk Walton.
Yeah.
Very wealthy people using tax advantage things to not pay very much tax.
I think Kirk was a really, really smart guy. But a lot of what I was thinking during it is like, why is this even a thing?
Well, because it helps. It's easy politically because it helps under
I know, but
bad
it's like
areas.
we keep going through all these loopholes and all these hoops and all this stuff when it really should be a much easier system. And that's one of
100%.
the benefits of redoing it is because it takes a simplicity and it draws it all the way down. Let me give you some other pros for this type of system. Okay, so that you guys can know why people are advocating for it. Okay, so number one, simplicity, right? You know, most people are so afraid of their taxes because here's what the government's saying, and it's ludicrous
yes.
that the government does this. They go to Matt and they say, "Hey, you owe us money," and Matt will say, "Okay, how much money do I owe you?"
And they say, I don't know. Figure it out.
Yeah, and they'll say, "No, you tell us."
And if you're wrong,
Yeah, if you're wrong,
we'll get you.
And yeah, exactly. You tell us how much you owe us.
Should
and
be a
then Matt's
postcard.
like,
Should be a postcard.
and Matt's like, "Well, I owe you $200," and they're like, "Okay, well, you got that wrong. We're gonna fine you
Yeah.
for $4,000, whatever."
now it's
it is."
late.
Yeah, now you're late. You got to pay interest on it.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's like
the money is different. It is though. That's how it
Yeah.
works.
yeah, so it's just insane. So simplicity, it's so much easier, right, to comprehend that, right? Number two, everybody participates.
Well,
If you consume-
because you get like money back.
Well, let me explain that in a
Okay.
little bit, okay? Because that's part of the cons. But if you consume, you participate, which there are a lot of people that don't pay taxes. It's estimated like federally, only 50% of citizens actually pay federal taxes, right? So 50% of the citizens are fit in the bill federally for all these programs that are going on.
Because of these deductions, everything, all these other things.
Exactly. So that is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we're all using it, right? And then number 3, you get taxes from everybody, even anybody that makes a purchase
The
inside.
base increases
The base
hugely.
tremendously. It goes from
That's why 23% sounds high to me. But I'm assuming that these probably people have done their math. But that's why I thought it would be like 5-10%.
right. So people that are visiting, people that are tourists, anything they're consuming, a percentage of it goes. Okay. Now, pretty big pros in my opinion, right? Now, this is what is considered a flat tax, meaning everybody pays the exact same amount, which has been viewed as a regressive tax.
Which means poor people pay more money because they're buying the same food. They have to pay the same tax.
So, and the reason they say that is because 23% of their income is a larger percentage than, like, if you make $1,000 and you pay 23% of it, that's a bigger portion of your income than somebody that's making $800 million, right? 23% of the food purchases is
dollar for dollar. Percent, obviously not. But yes, it's a buying power goes down significantly.
Right. So I don't believe it's a regressive tax.
You don't.
I don't. For a number of reasons. Because
you're paying the same amount. That means the person that makes a lot less money. But the thing is, like, basic expenses are the same. They're similar, right? They're not that much different. What a very wealthy person, his living expenses versus mine, like food expenditures, they're not that different. There are some different.
But they're gonna be paying more. They're gonna be paying,
but not like if they're making 100 times more than I am, they're not gonna pay 100 times more for basic living expenses.
No, but they'll do it in 5 different cities. They'll buy a house.
It's the same thing. The expenses are, but
they'll pay for 5 different people, right? Like, because they're buying
so you have a
house,
but that's not what your sales tax is.
So part of what and I have to amend it. So part of the proposal is this: if you are a certain income level,
right, and this is the part where it gets more complicated still. But
it gets more complicated, but can be manageable. You have instant rebates, is what they say.
That was go ahead.
So at the end of the month, you get that money back. So let's say Congress selects certain items like groceries.
Mm-hmm.
To where when you pay for milk and eggs and bread, the tax could be lower, and B, if you're in a certain income level, which I don't know how they prove.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Proving that is like, then you're getting into a tax form again,
right? That you can apply for it, and they'll send you back all the money you spent on sales tax. They'll send it back to you. So instead of waiting an entire year to get your tax returns, you're just getting it every month.
It does suck during that month. Because right now, at least you get the taxes.
But it sucks only for the first month because you should
After
get the same.
you should get
that amount of money and it'll just go into it.
Right.
Right. So I think the current tax code is just as repressive.
Regressive?
I'm going to replace it with repressive.
Really? Okay. Repressive.
I think
oppressive.
Oppressing the poor.
Oppressing the poor. Sure.
Oppressive, repressive, regressive, all those things.
Digressive?
Digressive.
Very digressive.
I like where you guys are going.
Okay.
I like where you guys are going.
Impressive.
I think it hurts the poor way more now than in this flat tax system.
Ooh, no way.
I do. When
did you first start paying taxes?
Income tax?
Yeah.
Well, when I don't know, when was it? 2012, maybe?
So you got married in
11 years ago?
2009.
Yeah.
And we don't have very much money when we first get married. We got married young, all of us.
Right.
We did not pay taxes. Instead, we got money back.
I paid taxes. I paid taxes every single paycheck I got.
No, because at the end of the year, you get it all back. Plus,
no, not payroll tax.
Okay, sure.
Not payroll tax. They're taking that money out.
7%.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. But no, but it's not even true even because you get a big credit refund back because did you have kids? Yes, you get a $2,000 tax credit.
I had my first child in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so, but I paid more in payroll tax than $1,000.
I was $2,000 is the tax credit, but still, I think that yes, there is some there. How are they going to use that to? Okay.
I think that, I think I don't. First of all,
Because the payroll tax is what you're saying. That's the thing that you're saying is
Give me all of that money.
well, the
that I
idea
earn.
isn't the idea though you get it when you're older though, because they're doing a retirement for you.
The Social
It's
Security.
Medicare and Social Security.
Yeah, but then you have the other two payroll taxes, the federal and state payroll taxes.
Those are all. That's all it. It's Social Security and Medicare. What those are, both federal and state level.
and then they're withholding the others, and then they would potentially give it back.
And the rest
to
of it's income tax, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think if you're
Potentially.
poor, you don't pay any money. In fact, like for years, I was like, why am I still getting huge?
But
refunds?
here's a problem with that. I'm not guaranteed to get Social Security.
Because you're saying it may collapse.
Potentially.
But they have to go on we have to go. I mean, if we're gonna do this,
Okay.
they are promising that you're gonna have
Okay,
Social Security.
go on that. But I'm just saying, the way things are going, with people having less and less kids, less and less workers are going to be supporting me. So there's a decent possibility that I'm not going to be able to get the amount that I am working towards.
I think they're gonna make something up, whether
Okay,
they print
sure.
it off or not.
Sure, but
They can always print more money.
they have.
They've
And that's,
shown that.
That's why I paid $18 for a chicken sandwich and a fries.
right.
But I do think that if instead of putting the burden on the laborer for Social Security, put it on the consumer. Like if I'm consuming in retirement, I'm helping to pay my own Social Security.
And the thing is, I don't mind a flat tax, honestly. So I'm arguing this point whether what's the current system, because it's way better. I think 23% sounds high.
But look, if you feel like, okay, that's high and the rich are going to get away with it, well, think about 23%, or even if you want to go 30% on a yacht
Yeah.
or expensive cars or watches over a certain price, or like go higher on high luxury items,
Right.
because that yacht is going to pay for 50,000 purchases of bread loaves.
No, I agree. I
And
think
so-
I think yeah. But the fact is that stupid tax code is ridiculous. It never shrinks. Never. Once
Never
the laws, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's so incredibly difficult because either side agrees.
Right.
And so they get in there and the law gets in there and it's a ton of money. Like you think of those CPAs, millions of them that are going to go out of business. Are there million CPAs? Probably.
Yeah.
And there's
And
a lot of
IRS
revenue.
agents.
And you think about the accounting firms, all these things that are doing, they still need for audit purposes for publicly traded companies, but IRS agents, all those things that can say, hey, lobby, hey, we're out of a job if you do this, whether it's better for the system or not.
Yeah, it'll never happen. But listen to this. Listen to what Elon Musk said. I thought it was really interesting. Okay. And he makes a really good point. He said the amount of people in financial and legal professions, while they're much needed, he's like, we have too many people going into those professions and not enough going into like making stuff.
Right. It's like we're just handling the inefficiencies of these regulations. There's so much money in the inefficient regulations. So much. I'm making money off of it.
Yeah.
My business is based on this inefficient regulations.
And so like attorneys and financial people of any court, insurance and all that stuff, there's too many people in those industries and not enough human assets allocated,
Creating cool stuff.
creating new things and growing and
Improving
innovating.
the world.
Yeah. And so, again, like I said, that would never happen. Taking out an entire tax code hurts so many people.
And
in
honestly,
certain
the state
ways.
thing it's not reasonable
I think it is reasonable.
How would that work? Because
Okay.
is the federal going to pay for all the state's expenses?
So
I don't want that.
No. So the administration of a state. So the state isn't in this system. The state is in charge of collecting the sales tax.
Well, the thing is, every state chooses how they tax. Some people don't have sales tax. Some people
in
don't have.
fairtax.org.
No. I'm not. I'm saying
He's
right
saying
now.
currently.
Currently.
I'm saying the 23%.
And I want to ask you what you feel about this in a second, because you have a company that collects a lot of sales tax.
Yeah.
Continue.
So in the current in the fairtax.org, Matt's company would sell a bottle and pay 23% and charge 23%.
23%. Yeah.
23%. And then he would pay that every month to the state of Idaho.
Okay, so the state administers it, not the
The
federal
state
government?
administers it.
And the state
And the
pays it
state
back?
would go up to the federal government.
So it's
So you'd have. That's why they said
That's
that.
better. That's
That's why
better.
they say get rid of the IRS because the IRS wouldn't. But you still need 100 people in the federal government like collecting it from the states,
people.
whatever.
The
Not
dream right
80,000.
Yeah.
Not
A
80,000.
lot less.
But anyway, and so the state goes to every company and says you're not submitting sales tax. We're going to get after you hardcore, right? So then it goes to the state. The state keeps a certain percentage and then sends all the rest to the federal government.
Yeah. No, I like that better. Certainly, I would love to have the state should be administering it. Now, we have companies like Matt's. How many states do you sell into, Matt?
A lot.
Do you collect sales tax on every state?
No.
Why not?
Because we don't meet the certain
Nexus is what it's called.
in each state.
That's right. They don't have a physical presence. They're not
We don't have
selling
physical
enough.
presence, and so there's either a certain amount of orders or a certain dollar amount that you would have to reach to
require you to collect this
require
because
us to.
logistically, because not only is it how many sales tax jurisdictions are there in the country?
A lot.
It's more than per state
because
because
it goes down to
county.
county.
There's
and then
cities.
there's the tax companies like that help you calculate
Jar,
sales
whatever,
tax.
yeah.
Tax Jar, Avalara, like it's rooftop precision is what they're saying. So it's not it's down to like the address, and they're doing county, they're doing state.
Yes.
There's a lot of different things.
But also Matt has another factor. He's not finished goods. So they could avoid paying sales tax if they
Because they
submit
send
the
you
reseller.
a
reseller
101 or
certificate.
whatever that
Yeah.
the sales tax reseller because they're saying we will be the ones that
We're not
collect
the end
this.
user.
Yeah.
That's right.
They'll collect
So you don't have to collect it often, but any web order.
But we have to maintain who has those
Yeah.
permits and
That's a
file
burden.
and update those.
Certainly a burden. And that's a good question. With that same rule, there's complications that come with this too. And
Sure.
I kind of don't like, it's probably better. I'm more in favor of fair tax than I am of the current system. But it's such a huge burden on Matt to have to make sure to track all of that.
Yeah, but look at the companies that would come in and fill in how to track the sales tax in this new system, right? Enough support.
Like a tax jar, right? You're saying that's the software you bought, or Avalara or whatever. You pay for these ones, and you pay for a different software to help
Yeah.
track it, right?
There'd be enough people in there saying like, and if it was simple, then you could figure it out.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not simple at all.
I agree.
I mean,
right now it's terrible.
we have a global economy, and our tax laws are not meant for that, right? Like Matt's selling stuff in Idaho, Boise, Idaho, but having to collect in some county, New Hampshire, where it's difficult to know what he owes. That is not a good setup. That is not conducive to broad transactions.
Yeah. It's a huge pain for Matt to have to figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's a huge pain for that government when he doesn't figure it out because they're not getting the revenue.
Yeah.
Because that person's not spending, they're not buying a container or a jar over in New Hampshire. Instead, they're buying it from Matt. So yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah. And I just think, I love the concept where instead of 150 million people paying taxes, you have 400 million because you have you have everybody that lives here plus all the tourists. And then you have, I want to get the rich. Okay, get the rich. Go after the things that they buy that are nobody else buys.
Yeah.
So
So you're saying increase that amount even.
Increase the sales amount. Just skewer them with whatever you want above that.
I've got a question. So if we're shifting the focus from the income to the sale now or sales tax, does the government care less about where how is the income being tracked?
I don't know.
Right? So it's like I'm just making money.
You're worrying about
doing
legal.
illegal activity or whatever.
That's a really good
I'm not
point.
reporting it because there's no income tax, but I'm buying a bunch of stuff so the government gets their cut, right?
Yeah, this is interesting because right now, and that's not what it should be. The taxes should not be for this, but they use it as a method of determining criminal activity because they can say, well, look, you have 5 Benzes in your house and you reported $70,000 of income.
Yeah.
What happened? Where's the gap here?
Wouldn't you still have to report income?
Only if you wanted to get your rebate.
Yeah, why would you report it?
Because the idea is you don't.
There's a lot of people who be like, I don't want to report it.
Determining.
So why do they have to? So that's the only way we could find criminals?
I mean, it would just be a pain. They have to go through bank accounts is what they do, right? They'd have to track. Give us all your bank statements. We're going to go through all the cash flow coming in, all the cash flow coming out. I don't think it's enough.
Wouldn't consuming, if you were paying taxes on every consumption, wouldn't there be a record of that?
Yeah, but that's not the same thing as the income you're making.
Yeah, you don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah. How do you track
trying
the
to
flow
think.
of
But
the
the government's getting their money,
Yeah.
right? Illegal or
But if there's drugs or whatever, sell illegal arms, whatever it is.
Well, they're not going to pay sales tax on that.
no. But
No.
But where'd that money come from, right?
Yeah.
You don't know where that guy got his money.
I know. I'm trying to
so you're
think.
still
why that's a
buying
big
stuff,
pro-
so it's good because they're
that-
going to pay the tax.
I know.
But that money, where
There's
does it come
nothing
from?
tracked. There's no reported.
So
income.
he's not paying any tax right now.
Well, no.
I know. I'm just saying he's not paying any tax right now.
Let's say a good criminal
is going to hide, and he won't.
A sophisticated criminal.
Not going to pay tax on it. I mean,
Right? They're going
you
to
can't
they're going
show
to
it.
launder. Is what
They're
it
gonna
is.
launder everything.
Yeah, they're going to have different companies going
Okay.
around and laundering.
So we're not
This
making
takes
much
a lot of
tax.
stress off criminals. They don't have to worry about laundering
They're like,
anymore.
I love the fair tax. They're like,
So we got somebody on our side.
A lot of people, a lot of money too.
Yeah, I guess my thing is, look, there's always gonna be criminals, and there's always gonna be a way to find them
yeah.
because they're gonna mess up. And and no matter what tax code you have, there will always be people that abuse it.
Yes.
Right.
So how can you
They're
make
always gonna
it
get around it?
Matt's point is good. I don't think it's good enough to stop me from wanting the fair tax.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying like that the reason to do that is to
Catch
track
criminal.
people,
Right.
but it's like you just have to say, if I don't care about this and I just care about the sales tax, then you live with that, right? And you say, all right, well, okay, that's what we did.
Right.
I wish so badly that the federal government could take a state and say, try it out.
Yeah.
Like try Idaho, try it out and see if it works.
Everyone that lives in Idaho, you're exempt from federal tax.
Exactly.
Oh,
No payroll tax.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you just go buy your stuff in Oregon?
Yeah, that's right. I
You'd
mean,
have
certainly
to,
during this.
you'd have to file like whatever. It'd be like a VAT thing, like you would, I don't know.
Yeah.
You'd have to figure out a way to do it. If you're on Amazon or whatever, I don't know, but
Right.
like
I agree. I would love to try it.
would
And I
too,
think there's a lot of
man.
benefits
I
that
would
could come
too.
from it.
I just think I remember there was a time where like, what was it? Herman something was running for president and he wanted to do a 999 tax. 9 income, 9 federal, 9 state, 9 federal, 9 sales. And he gained a lot of momentum and then just got crushed by some political machine that like smeared him and did all this stuff.
Yeah.
And he was going to try to simplify it, which you can't change anything in this country that big. You just can't
it's
do
not,
it.
The thing is, that's not wrong, right?
You can't.
The political no, that's not the word. You know what I'm saying? They don't agree.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter what the good idea doesn't win. It's the idea that most people can agree on.
Yeah.
And that's not the good idea.
with as many people as we have trying to compensate or whatever, what do you call it?
Tax lobby.
No, I just the people trying to work together.
Mm-hmm.
The
Bipartisan people, right?
Yeah, well, like the bigger the group gets, the harder it is
Mm-hmm.
to make bigger changes. You just have to make tiny changes, and it's usually just adding on things like. And so, anyway, this is dumb, and I'm gonna say this on camera,
Camera, microphone,
On air.
say it
on record.
on record.
I fantasize.
Oh,
I fantasize of like a group of people leaving and doing that, setting up their own little
Country.
subset of population country and like saying, hey, this is our tax code.
Now they have to have guns because no country's going to allow them in. But
well, what if they secede from
yeah, then they're going to be guns, right? Because
the
they're
U.S.? Yeah.
Well, would the U.S. attack us? Honest question.
us.
We're
He's
all
trying to
going.
start- yes,
No, we're all
you're
going.
in, Jordan.
And
you
I-
signed up
The
for
compound.
And my fantasy included you guys.
Oh boy.
this. Can you
I don't
warn
know.
us before?
I guess I get kind of depressed thinking that's never going to change.
Yeah.
And I hate the tax code as it is. I absolutely
I
hate it.
think-
I hate it.
I think so many people are afraid of it just because there's unknown. I mean, I own a business. There's just so many things like sales tax, so many things. It's just a big worry. And you're like, I don't understand this. It's so complex. It's
What if this
scary.
screws me over? Right.
Yeah. What if I mess up on something?
And it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Things will only get added to it that are going to tax you more.
Right. Like the software. We talked about that software thing, R&D credit.
Right.
Right. Which is
Exactly.
just crazy. Like everyone that I work with closely, they're all like freaking out because they're like, I can't expense my software engineer's salary anymore. What?
It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. The fact is, tax code, and I learned this hardcore tenet in tax class, was it should not be used to incentivize political behavior.
It is.
And 100% is, and that's what ruins it, right? We shouldn't be giving discounts for mortgage interest because you're trying to incentivize people to buy homes. You shouldn't be doing it for marriage, like a different rate, because you're incentivizing people to get married. Kids, that shouldn't be because you're incentivizing people
And
to
some nonprofits like religion, you're like, it's like,
all these things.
yeah,
They're
I hate it.
Opportunity zones. Honestly, that's what it is.
Sure.
You're incentivizing people to help with these things. And as a result, this is an enormous amount of tax revenue that is not coming in because you're trying to incentivize behavior.
Yeah.
That's not what the tax code's for.
I frequently ask myself this question. If I were to take one area of governance and redo it completely, and it's healthcare,
Yeah.
and it's tax, and it's school.
Is that in that order?
I pick tax.
What? I
Yeah.
take healthcare, 100%.
I know healthcare is a joke, but I pick
I don't
tax.
know how to fix it. I feel like fixing taxes is
Maybe,
easier.
maybe that's why I pick tax.
Because the fair tax doesn't sound crazy to me. That sounds like, okay, that
It's pretty straightforward,
Yes.
easy to understand. Healthcare is like, oh, that's a
I don't even know, because
That's
what
a
do you
rat's
do with the
nest.
ethical problems of trying to treat someone that can't afford it but needs the help? And that's a tough one to solve.
I listened to like a 9-part series of like drowning in medical
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and he brought up a lot of good points, and you can do it. But I just think there's no one solution for inner city people and country people. It's like there's so many areas that are so different that need their own type of program that it's one size fits all will never work in this country, and that's the only thing you can pass.
Yeah.
So that's anyway. But I think about tax a ton because it's like a constant part of your job that you always have to worry about. Okay, I'm paying too much in taxes. I have to find a way to not pay as much in taxes. And how do I do that? And am I doing it the right way?
Yeah, without being at a scary liability.
Yeah, without being illegal, right? And so, and everybody's, I mean, every time I see somebody in the newspaper, they're like, oh, tax evasion. I'm like, look, everybody has evaded taxes. Every single person.
Avoided, right?
Avoided.
Evade is
Sure.
illegal. Avoid is legal. But
Okay,
yes.
well, the headlines are going to say
if you're going to jail,
evade.
it's evade, right?
Okay, well, anyway, everybody has gotten their tax wrong at some point.
Yeah.
Because they've missed some income, or they've missed an expenditure, they've missed this, or they've expended something that's not accurate.
Have you been audited?
I've never been up. Oh,
I've been audited because I applied for the IRS, right? So they audited my taxes, and it was a little bit painful going through everything. Now I didn't have very much money anyway, but it was interesting because they asked those questions like, "How did you survive during this time?" Because on paper you don't have enough money. They said your revenue is not enough, and I said, "Well, I was living with my parents," and they're like, "Oh, okay, well, that makes it easier." But they ended up giving me a credit because I had missed some credits. I should have
audited.
They hooked you up.
I think
like,
I got
thanks,
like $2,500
That's like-
back, and I was like, "I love this audit."
Let's do this again.
That's like taking a test and your teacher's like, I'm going to add some points on.
Yeah, you get like
He missed
extra
them.
credit. I was like, "I love it. Let's
Okay.
go. Let's do this again."
You're like
right.
sweating. You're nervous about it, and you
they're like-
end up ahead.
Yeah, it was scary. Even though I
Yeah.
felt like I had like no
Oh,
money.
just the thought of an audit is like
It's
super
used
scary.
it's used as a fear.
scary.
100%. Well, they should have 80,000 more IRS agents to come after us now. So not a big deal there.
It's not as scary. I don't know. I've audited a bunch of taxes, right? Because but it's not as scary because the thing is, the worst thing that happens, unless you're doing like crazy stuff, is you're just gonna have to pay the difference and maybe have some interest. And normally that's not gonna be like ginormous amounts of money.
Yeah, well, nobody wants to pay. Nobody wants an unexpected bill.
That's right. No one wants it. It's true.
And so, that's what
Yeah.
can keep you up at night.
I'd rather evade those bills, not avoid.
Avoid them. Yes.
evade them.
Okay. All right. Well, cool.
Thanks for listening to the Founders Podcast. Be sure to follow the host on Twitter. Search @JordB Hansen and @BrandonMinert to discuss more. Also, be sure to visit thefounderspod.com to join the conversation, access the show notes, and discover our fantastic bonus content.